Okay. All right, let's start a little bit of a warm up. So we'll start standing at the top of our mats, little bend at the knees, chin to chest, roll down. Make sure your arms are nice and released, head's heavy. Hands to the floor and walking forwards into a plank position. Hips lift up into downward dog, and we're pedaling the legs out to stretch our calves. Roll back down into a plank and put your knees on the floor. We'll do a few movements through cat-cow, so big breath in. We're going to exhale, tuck our tailbone and draw our belly button up to our spine. Inhale, belly button down, eyes forward. Exhale, lift, push the floor apart. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale to neutral spine. We're going to do a set of scapular push-ups, so we keep our back and tummy nice and still. We're moving through our shoulder blades, arms stay straight. We're squeezing our shoulder blades together and then pushing them apart. Inhale as you squeeze them together. Exhale as you push them apart. Nice and slow. A little bit of tension through the core. Two more. All right. So we're doing 3 blocks. First block will be 60 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. Then we do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, and then we do 30 seconds work and 10 seconds rest. Different exercises for each of the blocks. So first up, we're doing lower body and glutes. Exercise 1, we're doing 3 rounds of this. Exercise 1, we're doing our bridge pulses. So hips up nice and high. If you have a band, pop it around your knees. And then little presses up through the hips, keeping your pelvis tucked under. Add a weight if you've got one. Then we're going to flip over onto a 4-point position. Again, if you have a booty band, it's still around the knees. We're doing alternate fire hydrant. So keeping the body nice and still with one knee straight out to the side and then the other side. Trying not to tip through our hips too much, so staying still through the body. Our third exercise, we have our prisoner squat. So if you have a weight, you can hold it at your chest, up onto your feet, back down onto your knees, staying nice and low the whole time. And then our 4th exercise, we have our RDLs. So if you have a weight, it's at the front of the body, feet are about hip width apart, and then we're pressing our hips back behind us, keeping our knees over our ankles and keeping the hips high. We don't want to be squatting down into the movement. So those are our first 4 exercises. We'll do 3 rounds and we'll have a rest at the end. So it's about 12 minutes of work with just our resting in between the exercises. Okay, booty band on. If you've got it, grab a dumbbell out as well. If you've got one that you can balance across your hips. Starting in 10 seconds with our bridge pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Tucking the pelvis. Really little lifts right at the top range. Keeping our rib cage in firmly. So our back should stay nice and straight. And if you have a band on, make sure you're actively pushing out against it the whole time. Not letting your knees slingshot in towards each other. Press through the heels. Squeeze the glutes every time you lift. Halfway. Get a nice burn going. Push out on that band. 10 seconds. Over there. And rest. All right. Flip on over into a 4-point position. Have the bag pinned right under your knees. Ready? And off we go into alternate fire hydrant. So this shouldn't be too fast. We're trying to stay balanced the whole time. So as our knee comes back underneath our hip, it should be right down on the floor. If there's a big gap, that usually means that you're just shifting your weight side to side. So make it a smaller movement. Brace through the core. Go slowly. Half. 15 seconds. And rest. We'll pause for a second. We've somehow managed to change this to 15 seconds rest when we need 20. 1 second. Just this. 20 seconds. In 10 seconds, we're on to our prisoner squat. So kneeling down, no booty band, grabbing a weight if you want to. And off we go. Stay nice and low into that squat. And back down. Doesn't need to be quick. We're trying to keep our body as low as possible. Alternate sides if you can. Halfway. The eyes looking forward, the shoulders relaxed. Seconds. 5 seconds. And rest. All right. We have our RDLs next. Standing up. If you have a weight with it, if not, we just press our arms forward as we hinge the hips back. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice and slowly down. Squeeze your glutes as you stand. We're going to feel that stretch through our hamstrings, down the back of our legs, drawing our belly button into your spine so that we're supporting our back through this hinge. Over halfway. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, and 1. All right, pop that booty band back on. We're down for our bridge pulses again for round 2. 2 and 3. 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Make sure you're keeping your tailbone tucked under. And we don't have to move super fast in this. We want control. We want to make sure our glutes are doing the work for us. Drawing your belly button and your rib cage down to your spine. Halfway. Press the knees out against your booty band if you've got one. Nearly there. Make sure your shoulders and neck are nice and relaxed. And rest. All right. Flip on over. Got our alternate fire hydrants again. 10 seconds. All right, hands on the shoulders. Ready, and off we go. Nice and controlled. We don't want any movement through our leg. We want to stay at that fixed 90-degree angle. We're just moving from our hip, ducting that leg out to the side. Keeping our hips stacked. Imagine that you're balancing a bowl of soup on the small of your back or across your hip bones. Try not to spill a drop of it. So we don't want to be rocking side to side. It takes a lot of work through the core to stay level. 20 seconds. Seconds. And rest. Okay. Crystal squats. In 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Keep it slow and controlled. Imagine that you're trying to keep your head at one height the whole time. We're just moving our legs. Halfway. I should be looking forwards. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And done. Lovely work. Up on your feet for RDLs. We really slow this one down. 3, 2, and 1. Feet nice and close together. Keeping our shoulder blades tucked back and down. Drawing our belly button into our spine. Imagine that you're trying to tap your hips to a wall behind you. Halfway. Think about getting 1 rep done every 5, 6 seconds. Nice and controlled. Ten seconds. And rest. Okay, final round here, and then we get a little break. And booty band on, getting ready for bridge pulses. Add that weight in if you've got it. And Off we go, tucking our tailbone, pressing through the heels. Don't think about bouncing the movement. We want complete control over it. So just because it's smaller doesn't mean it has to be faster. Squeezing our glutes together as we lift the hips. Halfway. Fifteen seconds. Press your knees out against the band. And rest. Okay, ready to go. We're going to get a break. Getting ready for our fire hydrants. 4-point position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, belly button drawn in, and off we go. So remember, we're balancing a bowl of soup across our hips, trying not to spill a drop of it. So keep the movement small and concentrate on that knee coming right back underneath your hips, scraping against the mat. Take your time swapping from side to side, using our core to stabilize. Halfway. Twenty seconds. Feel it there. And rest. Lovely work. 2 more to go, then we get a break. Ready for our prisoner squats, final round. Adding in that weight if you want to, otherwise just concentrate on the movement. 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Nice and low. Halfway. Ten seconds. Couple more. And rest. Beautiful. Okay. Final exercise of block 1. The longest block of our workout. Into our RDLs next. Feet under the hips, standing up nice and tall. And off we go. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Control down. Each rep should take you 5 to 6 seconds. The benefit comes from taking time as we stretch the back of the legs. Keep pressing the hips back. Halfway. Squeezing our glutes like we did for our bridges as we're coming up to stand. Seconds. And done. Awesome work, guys. Stop and have a little drink. People that haven't found the next. Make one change. Bloody technology. Okay, team. So we're moving on to our next block. We're going to do primarily upper body for this block, plus one lower body exercise. So first up, we have what are called gladiator push-ups. They're basically a push-up with a side plank in between. So you do your push-ups on your knees or your toes, however you normally do them. We do one push-up, then we turn, and we lift into a side plank. So you want to make sure your hips are stacked, not that you're just swinging the arm backwards. Then you'll do another push-up, and then you'll swap and lift the other side. So knees or toes for that one. Then we've got tricep extension. The body weight version will be a seated tricep extension, fingers pointing towards your hips. Tap your elbows to the floor, then lift and squeeze your triceps as your chest is coming up towards the roof. If you have weights, feel free to do behind the head extension or some skull crushes, whatever you prefer. Our third exercise, if you have equipment, you'll be doing your bicep curls for me. If you don't have equipment, you're going into commando. So again, knees or toes down onto the forearm, back up onto your hands. And then our final exercise, with or without weights, we're doing calf raises. So a little bit of a bend at the knees, just soft. We don't want them jammed back. Holding the weight in front of your chest, rocking right up onto the tippy toes and controlling back down. Okay, so we're starting off with our gladiator push-ups. Timer. So it's 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, starting in 10 seconds. So push-ups into a side plank. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. One push-up into that side plank and swap. Nice tight body position in your push-up. And once you're in that plank, think about getting your hips as high up away from the floor as you can. 20 seconds. See if you can give me 4 more. Three, 2, 1. Lovely work. Okay, we have our tricep extension next. Whatever you want to do, weights or no weights, seated tricep extension or your weighted preference. Ready, 3, 2, and 1. We want to control as we're extending our triceps, so stretching them. So that will be the downward phase of our seated extension and the downward phase of our skull crushes or behind the head extensions, while that weight is stretching our triceps. We want a little bit more power as we're stretching our arms back up towards the roof. 10 seconds. Rest. Okay, we either have our bicep curls or our commandos. So plank position for commandos, curls you can stand or you can kneel, whatever you prefer. And off we go. 45 seconds here. So plank for those commandos, down onto the forearms, back up onto your hands. With your bicep curls, try and keep the elbows pinned against your rib cage so they're not swinging forwards. We want our upper arms to stay completely still rather than lifting them as we're curling. 15 seconds. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And rest. Okay, we have our calf raises next. So basically as heavy a weight as you can hold. They can take quite a bit of weight. Feet under the hips. Little softness through the knees. Straight up and down onto the balls of the feet. Just have nice neutral posture. A little bit of tension through the core, but we don't need to be tucking our pelvis or anything. And if you've got a heavy weight in your hands, just let it pull your shoulders down. So use it as a little bit of a stretch. Getting up as high as you can on the toes. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Rest. All right, we have 2 more rounds of this. Back to our gladiator push-ups, round 2 of 3. All right, ready? And off we go. Nice and controlled. Make sure you're getting your balance in that side plank. Halfway. Feel for that little stretch in your chest as you're coming to the bottom of your push-up. 10 seconds, maybe a couple more. And rest. Okay. Skull crushes or behind the head or seated extension. I'm going to swap into our body weight one. Ready? And off we go. We want to keep our spine nice and straight as we're doing this reverse tricep extension, the seated one. And control all the way down until our elbows hit the floor. Lock the arms out, squeeze the triceps once you're sitting upright. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. It might look simple, but you're shifting half your body weight through your triceps, yeah? And rest, beautiful. Bicep curls or commandos. Down 2. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. You want to stay nice and still for your body in both of these movements. So in our commandos, we should be like a plank of wood. From our toes to our head, from our hips to our head. Just dropping up and down towards the floor. Same with the bicep curls. Nice and still through the body. Just moving those arms. Really isolating our biceps. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Half raises. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. A little bit of softness through the knees. As hard as you can. Fall back to the floor. Control. Halfway now. Feel for that squeeze through your calves as you're lifting up. Ten seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, so into the final round here. Cardio push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last upper body block here. Try and get as low as you can in those push-ups. Nose to floor. And lifting the hips up as high as you can. Halfway. Ten seconds. Maybe a couple more reps. And done. Beautiful. All right, tricep extension. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Control down. A little bit more power as we're pressing up, squeezing the triceps. Halfway through. Last 15 seconds. Couple more reps. Right to the buzzer. And rest. Beautiful. Okay, 2 more here. Then we get a little break. So we're onto our curls or our commandos. Then we have our calf raises. Ready? And off we go. Nice controlled pace for the full 45 seconds. Seconds to go. Less than 10. And rest. Okay. Final exercise of block 2. Calf raises. Soft knees. And off we go. And then just keep your eyes forward, nice neutral position through the body. A little bit of tension through the core, but you don't need to be tucking through our pelvis. And as high as you can. Halfway. Seconds. Right up on the tippy toes. And rest. Well, good job, guys. Stop and have a little bit of a drink. Our final block. Be short and sharp. I'm going to go for 2 rounds. We're doing 30 30 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We have 5 exercises. So it'll be about 8 minutes. Anyone that needs to duck out early may. We'll go a little bit over the 8:45 just because we're a little late to start. So we're doing side plank dips on our left-hand side for the first exercise. Then we'll do the same on our right for exercise 2. Exercise 3, we're doing our dead bugs, arms and legs up. Inhaling, tapping one foot, one hand to the floor. Exhale, come back to center, and then swap to the other side. And then might just dump our final exercise. And our final exercise, exercise 4, we're doing squat jacks. So down in a little squat position here, quickly jumping the feet in and out, or stepping the feet if you don't want the impact of jumping. Okay. Last 7 to 8 minutes. Timer. Okay. So getting ready to go. Our side plank dips on our left. And off we go. Elbow should be underneath the shoulder. Top hand is reaching to the roof, not down on the hips. If you're on your bottom knee, just kick that foot back and out of the way. We're trying to lift our bottom ribs as high away from the floor as we can. 10 seconds. Doesn't need to be fast. And rest for 10. Flip on over for me. Make sure you're getting that elbow straight down under the shoulder. Top hand up, and off we go. Control as we drop the hips down. If your neck gets tired in this position, just turn and look straight down at the floor. Let your head hang quite heavy. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Flip onto your back for your dead bugs. If you have really light weights, maximum sort of 2 or 3 kilos, you can add them into your hands. Off we go. We inhale down, exhale up. 1 breath per rep. We want to try and maintain contact to the floor through our entire back, whole time. So a little bit of a tuck through your pelvis, belly button drawn down towards your spine, keeping the rib cage down. You don't have to tap the floor if you feel like you're lifting through your back. And rest. Beautiful. Up on your feet for squat jacks. We do these nice and quick. We're trying to stay level, not jumping up and down. Let's go. We're just jumping the feet in and out. Trying to keep the head down rather than turning it into a big bouncy squat jump. Loading through the front of the legs. It's a little jack of the feet. Remember to step the feet if you need. 10 seconds. Speed it up for me. 3, 2, 1. Good. One more round. We're going to start on our right side now for our side plank dips. And off we go. Lifting and lowering. Draw your belly button towards your spine so we've got that little bit of support. Ten seconds. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Flip it straight over.
Scroll down a little bit and see if it pops up.
Elbow under shoulder. Reach that top arm up, and off we go. Press the hips up as high as possible.
before I start my next PT. I'll quickly put you an email with the link.
15 seconds.
And you should be able to have a look and see. If it's not there, it's somebody else in it. But if it comes up with question.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
And rest. Beautiful. 2 to go. Dead bugs in our squat jacks. Ready. And off you go. Slow and control. We're working through our core stability here. So it's all about holding that tension through that center part of the body. Just moving as far down as you can whilst maintaining that flat position to the floor. And rest. Okay, up on the feet. Final one will take us to 8:45 on the dot. Squat down and let's go. Quick as you can. Remember, if you're stepping, it's out and in. Stay low. Halfway. A nice burn through the legs. 10 seconds, speed it up a little. And rest. Ooh, that burns quickly. Beautiful work, guys. All right. Pop down on the floor. Finish off with a little bit of a stretch. Sit up nice and tall. We'll pop left ankle across right knee into our figure 4. Flexing that foot for me. Press the knee away towards the ground. And make sure we're not collapsing into our shoulders. So exaggerate your posture. Slowly we're going to tip so that left foot heads towards the floor. And a little bit more of a stretch through that left hip. Lifting back up. And we'll swap sides. So trying to get inhales and exhales through the nose. Slowly drop down that right foot. Back to center. Stretch both legs out for me. Arms reaching up overhead. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Then tilting forwards towards the feet. Just hold on to where you need to along your legs. And think about getting your chest pressing forwards. So we want belly button coming down towards the thighs rather than collapsing down and dropping our nose. Back up, and lastly, stretch out through the shoulders. So cross the body, stretch your hand away, reach the fingertips out. Same arm behind the head, reaching down between the shoulder blades. Other arm across the body. Behind the head. Try not to pull your chin down towards your chest. Nice neutral neck. Beautiful. All right, team. That is us done for our lovely Monday morning.